Hey, everybody. Kellee, we'll go.
Hi, we made
Hi.
it. Barely. Almost got kicked off of Facebook.
Yeah, we're having a lots of problems technically today, and
Mhm.
a lot of things going on, and
A lot of things.
lots
A
of things.
lot of energy shifting.
So, Kellee, what is, because today's been a really um, screwed up
Tough,
day.
tough day, huh? Tough day.
One of the
Tough
toughest
day.
days I've had all. Well,
This
I
is true. It
I
has
haven't had
been.
time to grieve my brother's death, and all this stuff is going. I was walking my garage saying, "Wait, I didn't have time to grieve my brother's death," and all this
I
stuff.
know, honey. I'm so sorry.
It's
You-
just one thing after another. And is everybody feeling that? Is that for everybody?
yes, everybody is feeling that, honey.
Wow.
Everybody. Everybody's
It's
feeling that. Particularly, well, particularly this week.
great.
Just get in line, as they say. But you had asked me what astrologically I can explain today. Today is February 10th, 2025.
With
And in,
Aquarius, correct?
well, Vedic, yes, in Vedic astrology, Mercury, which is communications, it's how we talk, it's how we communicate, it's computers, it's all that kind of a thing. It actually transits into Aquarius today. So whenever a planet transits signs, then it causes disruption. And so today we've had a lot of disruption. And there you go. And it also, interesting enough, James, because it's in Aquarius, it actually opens up all kinds of discussions on humanitarian issues going forward, which also is happening.
Well, I'm going to use your suggestion you said before we got on the show.
Yes, I did. Shall I say it?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Yes.
Put yourself in
I said, just stay drunk, James. Just stay drunk. Yesterday was the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and it was a lot of intention went into my self care, my self love care
Did you
yesterday.
actually watch the Super Bowl? I didn't even get to watch.
I partied the Super Bowl. I had it on. I love the mom of the Kansas City Chiefs. So what can I say? But yeah, it was a day.
Will it get better?
Oh, you're asking me.
I
No,
know.
no, it's. I think we're in some.
Downer.
We are in some. This is a big week too. This is a large week for a lot of different reasons. But tomorrow is the 11th, and on the 11th, it's in numerology. It's a 22 day, and the Sun squares Uranus tomorrow at 29 degrees. So tomorrow on the Sunday or on February 11th, it's also pretty. Could bring a lot of tension, disarray, disruption, James, that kind of thing, rebellion. It could be a very
by the
intense.
way, if I run out of power on my phone, that might happen. You'll have to finish the show, but
Okay,
because that probably will happen. Because
I know, but I mean, on a positive note, let's talk about
I forgot what
love.
that's like.
Let's talk about love here.
What we need more of.
We need more love, exactly, which is what we're going to bring today. But there's lots of different kinds of love.
Yeah. I was just writing. I'm as you know, very busy. I'm doing a TED talk, and
Tell everybody about your TED talk. This is very exciting.
And it's going to be about what happens when you die. And I'm writing this out right now, and
Wow.
very enthusiastic for me to get this done, and so am I. And the first thing that came in, because I write, but then Spirit just downloads everything, as you know.
Yeah.
It just happens that way. The first thing they talked about was the energy of love, and that it is when you die, right? When you that experience, it's not painful, it's easy, it's natural. But one of the things that person will notice is loved ones in their room, and in a bedroom or a hospital room, and they will see their loved ones, and it is that feeling of love that really pulls our soul forward out of the body, helps with the transition. It's the love that we have for them, and we feel their love again, and that brings us out. And that's very interesting because it's all about love. That's all it is, the vibration of love. And if you think about it, Kellee, that makes sense because
Totally.
you've seen people that, like my sister, when she passed, she was yelling for her husband, Dennis. She goes, Dennis, right before she passed.
Totally.
Many people see loved ones, and that's
it's
that energy of love
that
never dies. It's that energy that Kellee and I use and mediums use, if they do it correctly, that they're using that energy. It's the spirit people come in love. They come in love because they love you.
Yeah.
You love them. That's the connection. And they can only come in love. I've never had a spirit come in hate or fear. It doesn't exist. They wouldn't be able to make a connection because it's such that frequency. It's interesting as mediums too, because we have to raise our vibration and
Mhm.
frequency. And the highest frequency is love. So you got to bring up that essence of love and feel the love. And I'm working now with also with a student of mine, and I'm writing something for him, and it's all about love. For you, first, when you meet somebody,
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to connect with them or connect with the spirit, and if you need to, connect with their heart. So connect with their love, feel their love,
Yeah.
and I think that's what we all need to do.
Oh, absolutely. I noticed when I just did a reading for somebody right before the show, actually tonight. It was an emergency situation, so I did this,
Yeah.
and the love between her loved one on the other side and her words, it was so deep, James, that it just opened up everything. It opened up the channel. It just opened it up, and we were off to the races. It's that love you're talking about, and I love that you're talking about how the souls on the other side, we see such love and feel such love. They pull us, they help move us along, they help bring us to the other side.
Because we are love. We are not. Fear is only this physical dimension, not of the spirit. Our souls. We are loving. We are loving beings, and it's a shame that we forget that many times on the earth. That you tend to forget that, or follow other people's paths or mindsets or programming, if you will, and they don't want to think for themselves. It's interesting how, and I was just talking about this last night, and again I'm mentioning in my talk that people. It's a shame because so many people go through life not having that realization until they pass over.
Yep.
And they look back and they say, if only I knew then what I know now, I'd have used love instead of fear. Because love brings together, fear separates.
Right. Right. And often they don't know until they're on the other side.
Majority of humans, I'm going to say, now you and I have been in this work for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So we're kind of skewed, or we see things a little differently than most humans, most people, this world. But I guess I'd say the majority of humans don't get it until they pass.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
Even
say
though
that.
religious people who are good hearts, of course,
Yeah.
but they follow rules. And I don't think the only rules there really are is love one another, don't judge someone. We're all one. We're all connected. Someone once asked me, what is love? What is that definition? And I said, love is one, ONE, omnipresent, nurturing energy.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
And
beautiful.
I wrote a book about this too.
Well, let's talk about that book, because not only do we have the book,
because I couldn't. I looked for it everywhere and I couldn't.
I have it. I have
You
it.
got it because I gave them all away. I didn't order
I
any.
know you did. If you don't have this, everybody, the power of love is incredible, and I love the cards. Should we pick a card for everybody for tonight?
Yes. Well, I would have picked 3 cards, and then when you pick it, I'm going to interpret it a little bit differently as well. I have my pad here, and I'm ready to go for it.
All right. So you want me to pick 3 cards from the power of now? Okay.
And the intention would be, as you go through the cards, you can set an intention of helping people to open up to whatever they need to by these 3 different cards.
Okay. Hold on a minute.
I think intention is very important.
Oh, is there ever?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. 3 cards. And then do I put them down? Do I put them up?
I would put them down. Don't look at
the
message yet.
Okay.
And tell people the back of the card just so you know what it looks like, if you don't mind.
The back of the card looks like this.
But yes, there you go. Isn't that pretty? Okay.
It's really pretty.
I
love these cards.
Okay. So the first card we're gonna look at is how someone can open up and just be aware of what let's Kelly, what do you think? What's going on right now around us and what we have to look at maybe?
Well, this is a period of time that we have now entered already, that we're going to be doing a lot of work on ourselves. And I think that self-love is as important as there's romantic love. There's different types of love, but self-love is really important.
So let's use that self-love as we open
the
cards.
Should we do that? Okay.
Yep, self-love. Yep.
All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Satisfaction. 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 And this card says, you let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. How perfect is that? Perfect.
Just talking about that. It must be psychic. Yeah. So there we go. So satisfaction is, and I would, if I can interpret that, and then you can interpret.
Yes.
Just you know, and I listen. I might, when I wrote that years ago, I might have been in a different mindset with that, or a different meaning. But for now, satisfaction is be satisfied with who you are. Have a attitude of gratitude for where you're at this moment.
Oh,
Don't forget about having gratitude, and be satisfied that you've lived your life the best you can, and you've made it thus far. And never ever seek approval outside of yourself, because you'll never have it. You'll never find it. No one can love you more than you love yourself, because no one knows you better than you know yourself.
So true, James.
What
There's
do
there's
you-
a great quote about self-love, actually, and it says, "Falling in love with yourself is the first secret to happiness." I love that.
Great one.
Yeah.
I want to throw this in there if you don't mind. I was just talking to somebody. It was so funny, and I might have said this before in the show, and I've used it in workshops. And I was thinking about it. I said this morning to someone, and then as I was playing with my dog Pearl, playing ball out in the front yard, my neighbor came by, and I love my friend Carolyn, and she had a baby, and she had a baby, two babies. She had a baby in the one carriage, and then her husband had the other toddler, and the toddler said, they said, "Oh, we just found the baby in the woods." I said, "Oh, really?" And then the little girl goes, "And his name is Flower, and he likes to eat bark."
Oh.
So I said, and it reminded me so much of this little example I use for people, that if you can imagine. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I talked about it this morning to Sue White, who I'm doing the retreat with in Maui. Then I'm actually going to use this example, that when you look in the woods, in the forest, and you see a bundle there under a tree, and it's a blanket, and you pick up that bundle, and you realize it's a baby, and you open up the blanket and see the face, and it's yourself as a baby.
Oh.
How would you treat that baby? How would you nurture the baby?
It's so true, James.
Start
How would
with
you
that.
start with that?
Go
Oh
back
my
to the life
gosh.
of the baby, and
Right.
start getting that power back that maybe you gave way, or something happened traumatically, but you are perfect just the way you are. So go back to that babyhood and just start. And I know this because I'm writing my book right now about that's where I'm at. And it's really great to go back and start reprogramming and reorganizing and rethinking.
Absolutely. I love that, James. Reprogramming, literally starting all over with this, because signs of self-love are really important. And that could be simply having positive self-talk to yourself.
Every day.
Talk every day, and no criticism, because you're going to regrow the brain, rewire the brain with this. So positive self-talk for self-love is everything. And I would say be as kind to yourself as possible. Like, forgive yourself if you made a mistake and if you feel inadequate. This is so important on that road to self-love. I think it's everything. And we can all do this, particularly, James, Valentine's Day is coming up. We should absolutely. It is. I mean, and I think all of this is so good for self-love, and always treat yourself with empathy, just like you would with a friend. You would treat them with empathy. Treat yourself with empathy.
And also, Kellee, with respect.
Totally.
With respect.
Totally.
And I just had a situation today, and I told you really about it, and someone was really disrespectful.
Yeah.
And in a way that was not right. And I found myself getting really angry, and that, wow, you don't have a right to disrespect this situation. It's just not right. But people will, if you let them, they will. So sometimes you got to set boundaries and respect yourself enough to say,
boundaries are number one with self-love.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, absolutely. And really being accepting of your own strengths, and even understanding maybe what your weaknesses are, but just learning about yourself. Know thyself is, as you and I have always said, is so important.
Thy own self be true. Yeah.
But and also, here's another one, James, that people just really don't do very often. But consider yourself first, rather putting everybody else first.
It's good. That's a hard one for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I always say, excuse me, a lot of people they feel like the doormats, because they get mixed up growing up in that. They feel like they got to give, give, give. Again, I was talking about this today because I'm promoting some of my course online,
Yeah.
and one of them, of course, was a 28-day transformation course, and it's all about that. It's all about don't give yourself so. Hold on one second. I have it somewhere here. Here it is. Hold on.
Good. We'll wait right here.
Great. Ready for this one? I think I talked about this before, but I mentioned it. Self-care is giving the world the best of you, not what's left of you.
That's a great quote, James. Is that your quote? That's great.
No, that was a lady at the dog park told me that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I really love that. Oh
So,
my gosh.
Self-care is giving the world the best of you, but not what's left of you.
Oh my gosh. Julie Munsterman says, learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all, which was a Whitney Houston song about self-love. It's a great one. I forgot about that one. It's a great song.
Yep. I always, funny thing, Kelly, being the Virgos that we are, and I'm always that, I call it the art of discovery, and every day I'm open to discovering something new.
Right.
And today I discovered a lot of new things. I find that in that art of discovery, I look for the love in everything, or try to. I have 20% of my battery remaining, so there you go. I'm going to hop out and get a power cord, if that's okay.
Okay.
Actually, yes, I will.
Can you do that? And I'll just keep talking. Are you going to go get your cord? Self-love and good things
I
to
can do a
plug
little
in.
walk around.
There you go.
My cord, which is downstairs.
Oh, are we headed downstairs?
We're headed downstairs now.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll
We'll do a little tour.
We'll do a little tour of your house. I love this quote, James. Here's another one. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one. That's a really
good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's my pool. Hold on. Let me show you my pool.
Oh, you guys will love this. Are we outside now?
No, you're out looking at the doorway there. Little lights in the pool there.
Oh, so pretty. So pretty. We
Hold
have
on,
people
everybody.
watching from Aruba, James.
Oh.
Hi.
Obviously, my computer and laptop's not working, so I'm using my phone tonight.
Yeah,
So
that's all right.
It's all good.
That's all good. There are other types of love too. Aside, you're gonna talk about the self-love?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go right
okay.
ahead, Kelly. Yeah, keep going.
Well, one of the things that I thought was really important to talk about tonight when we're talking about the power of love is that has anybody ever heard of the broken heart syndrome? I wanted to talk about that.
Yes.
Because I have so many clients that are going through breakups, or their spouses have passed, or these are not easy times. And so a broken heart syndrome is also known as stress-induced cardiomyopathy. And it can occur in couples when one partner experiences a significant emotional stress, like the death of the other, which can lead to a temporary weakening of the heart muscle. And it often mimics a heart attack. And it's essentially experiencing, I love this, James, a physical reaction to the emotional trauma of losing their loved one.
What? Yeah, 100%.
100%. And
I know couples that have been married one couple was married about, 55 years maybe, or 60 years. And I met them in New Jersey in the audience. They were great. And the husband died and the wife died a day later.
Oh my God, the next day.
The next day.
Wow.
They couldn't be separated.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, here's a great little quote. Renee, would you put this up for everybody to see? I don't know if this is a quote or something, but I found this today through one of my clients who I just love, and she lost her husband. And it says, "It is eerily terrifying that there is no sound when a heart breaks. Car accidents end with a bang, falling ends with a thud, even writing makes the screeching sound of pencil against paper. But the sound of a heart breaking is completely silenced, almost as though no one, not even the universe itself, could create a sound for such devastation. Almost as though silence is the only way the universe could pay its respect to the sound of a heart falling apart." Isn't that deep?
Wow. Where did you find that?
Through a dear friend who lost her husband.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so true.
It's so true that I had to post this because I thought it was so true that because this is what happens when there is a deep love. And so people always ask me this, and I know they ask you this all the time, James, that when you have a deep love like that, now there are couples that I know that have such deep love that the other one that's
I
remaining
know what you're going to ask. Yes.
will not ever remarry because they don't want to. Period in the message, and they will go back to the other side with their spouse. But then there are others that have had deep love experiences. Let's talk about that from the other side.
Well, first of all, this happened last week in a reading I did, and a lady's husband came through, and he said, I said he's, and as you know, Kellee, you got to be very careful when you say these things because you know if they're ready to accept it or not. And I've had many a time where I've had to say it because the spirit was strong. Of course, it's how you couch it. But he said he's going to help her find another mate. And I said, he's going to help you find another mate. She goes, no, no, no. And I said, listen, he loves you so much that he wants only the best for you in this life. And he said that you need to experience love again. But he's not left you. He's going to find the right person and be part of that connection. Wow. And that she accepted. See, a lot of people think that wipes out the other person that relationship with. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. They enhance your life. They want the best for us always. So they will do that. And it's happened to me where I did it where someone said that, and years later, this person came up to me somewhere and said, you told me I was getting married. I got married. And it happened several times, actually, that I've had people come back to me. I met someone and they've said that to me. And the other thing, which I think is an interesting one, Kellee, and I'm sure you've gotten this too, is where, gosh, it happens all the time. So the mother and father have passed over, let's say to a child, son or daughter, and obviously they live together for many times down here on the earth, but they're not together on the other side. Oh, that's impossible. I said, no, they go where they belong. They don't necessarily have to be together just because they were here on the earth. They have different missions, if you will. And I say, just like the United States of America, there are different states, but it's one country. So there are different levels of being, different spaces and places to go to, many different worlds within worlds. And so that's something that we have to open ourselves up to.
Yeah, very true.
You've had that happen, right?
I have. Oh yeah, I've had all these experiences with different loves. I've had the ones that will never. I mean, they are waiting to be with their loved ones on the other side, and then I have ones that will say, "Next." When is that next one coming? And I'm like, well,
I had one client. She was so great. I went to Brazil with her. She was just a real character. She taught metaphysics for 30 years. And she said to me once, she was in her 80s, and she said to me, James, she was from Hungary, but she lives here. And she said, James, please tell me. I said, what? She goes, please tell me when I'm going to die. I need to spend our money. The husband was able to give her, that never happens, but he gave her time. And sure enough, it happened within that month of when he said it was going to happen. And she spent the money. Wild.
Wow, you don't hear that too often.
You don't hear that often.
No.
She was also the one who I did a reading for. So funny. I was doing a demonstration in the San Fernando Valley at a hotel. And this lady comes through and I say, and they describe the woman perfectly, her name. And this woman stands up and she goes, that's for me. It's my sister, but send her back. I didn't like her in life. I don't want to hear her now.
I can relate to that one.
And then it's, people only knew the hard work that the spirit people do.
So true.
To bring themselves down to this dense vibration.
Right. That's so true, James. Oh my gosh. Well, should we do another card?
Yes, please.
All right. So here's the middle card. You ready?
Yep.
This one is expression. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. What do you think about that expression?
Yeah, I think that's I think that's fabulous. Right. I think as I get that when you said that to me, I just want to say, I say it all the time, but it's true. Express yourself to people with your words, and use the words wisely. And use them in a loving manner, be higher vibration, I guess I would say. Express yourself in loving ways. Try to find the best in someone. I think genuine compliments are great. And it's so funny when you start giving compliments or saying to someone, I love your shirt, I love your eyes, right? And they're like, huh? Because they're not used to that. People need validation. They're not used to that. And I make sure I do it all the time. Whether it's a pet store, whether it's Target, I do it all the time. I just do. And it's just the right thing to do.
Well, what you do, which is really fun because I've seen you do it many, many times, is you almost like zap them with energy.
It's
Like that kind of kindness, it is an energy that comes out, and everybody has that ability to do that. And
well, you express yourself that energy.
exactly express that energy. Exactly what I was going to say. This is an
That,
important time to do that.
And again, Kelly, goes back to what we talked about earlier, in that don't waste your time here, because the
Please.
time on this earth is very short. It might seem forever, but believe me, it's very short. And as my brother just said when he came back from the side, he said, "My God, it's so quick." He said, "It's a blink of an eye."
I can't even believe we're having this conversation, because as much as I talked to you today, I wanted to tell you that is literally was my thought all morning, was about what about blink of an eye this place is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Wow. Well, it
And
sure
as I get
is.
older, I don't know about you, but as I get older, it's become more realistic to me.
Oh,
It's like and maybe because I lost two siblings already, I don't know. It's
yeah.
just and I was talking about my friend Peter yesterday about this, and I don't know what you think, but as you get older, I have a hypothesis. I don't know if it's right or not, that naturally, nature has a way of kind of opening you up to this sense that you're ready to go over, you're ready to go on,
Yeah.
and that you get more kind of satisfied or used to that. You get ready for that, or you get it's okay. And I don't think it's only me, because we talk to
No,
mediums, but
totally agree with that
I
statement.
think it's a natural process, if
Yeah.
you will, in our minds.
It is.
Yeah.
There is some recognition that occurs that you've got whatever amount of time left. It's like it starts to wake you up on a different level. Like you don't take the bigger things. You can handle a lot more. It's just different.
And it's funny. I was talking to Liz today. We're shooting these commercials. There's a promotion for my school that we had, so I've finally done that. And we're talking about just stuff in between the takes. One of the things was, as I'm older now, stuff, I don't need stuff. I don't need. I can go
Right.
buy home goods and go through, but not. I don't get satisfied.
Right.
I'm not like I used to be. Like, oh, I want to get that and to put that with that. I'm not like that anymore. I don't
No.
need anything. I don't. I've had lovely things and gratitude for things that I've had, but they don't own me. They
Right.
don't have that importance that they used to.
Such an important place to get to.
It
So
is.
important, actually.
And
Well,
the thing
let's.
you bring with you is love. That's what you bring with you.
Oh,
That's the most
that
important.
is it.
That's
That's it. That is it. It's everything, actually. So let's look at the third card, shall we?
Yep.
The third. Here we go. Trust your intuition. So
So weird. Just talking
trust
about
your
that this
intuition.
morning.
Mhm.
My psychic intuitive certification course. I was talking all about your intuition. Nature's tuning fork. Your natural. Everybody has that sense of knowingness. I mean, we've talked about this before, but life is a series of choices based on either love or fear. And
Yeah.
if you use your gut, your intuition, your soul's voice, your soul always tell you the right thing. It'll resonate to you. And the more that you
Always.
use that intuition means into the soul.
Mhm.
It's your soul's voice. So when you use it, you're on your path. And when you don't, you find out the hard way. Oh, should listen to that little voice within.
I
But
love what you just said. You find out the hard way, and
you find
that's
out the hard
true.
way. It's true. It's
If
really
you
true.
don't use that intuition, if you don't pay attention to that gnawing feeling, you will find out the hard way.
And as I
Yeah.
was saying this morning,
Mhm.
it's a muscle. The more you
Mhm.
develop, the more you use it, the more you work out with that muscle, the more it develops. And I can tell you right now, as you know, I was talking about this to someone else earlier too. Maybe because I've been since COVID, really staying home a lot, and and I have these little gates in my driveway, and I always joke with you. I joked about I don't want to go outside the gates because
Right.
it's just I have my gardens here, and I just love my garden. I'm with nature, and the more I'm with nature, it just allows you to be more in tune, I think.
Yeah.
And I every day I do some kind of an exercise, not mentally, just when I'm walking the dog, when I'm walking around the property, I tune into feeling of the tree, the flower. What does it feel
Mm.
like in the air? I use every day, and it's your intuition, and it gets stronger and stronger. So when I meet another human, I know them right away. And now, of course, I think I've told you, I see their auras really clearly, and I see
Yes.
layers within the aura now, which is
Oh,
great.
I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
So,
a lot of people are asking this question, James. And this is from Melissa, and she says, "Why can't I find the love of my life? Is there something the matter with me?" Now, I have had people ask me that over and over. And
what's your response,
well, my
Kellee?
response is, first of all, love yourself. Always, always, you have to love yourself, no matter what. But
Can you
also,
repeat the question?
yes, why can I not find the love of my life?
Because you haven't loved yourself.
There you go.
When you love
Exactly.
yourself, you're opening that magnetic energy, and people will
Mhm.
be attracted to that your love of self. You can't look outside yourself for love.
No,
Not
you
going to
cannot.
happen.
You
And then,
cannot.
then
You
you get into
cannot.
desperation and fear, and that blocks anything.
Right.
So you first have to have that journey of self-love, and you can't do a spiritual bypass. You got to take the time to love yourself.
That may be the lesson, and that may be why you incarnated, to learn to love yourself. That
Exactly
could
right.
be right there. Because I have another one from another gal who said, "I never seem to find the right partner. I've been married and divorced twice. Oh, who hasn't?" And but I haven't found that deep connection, that soul connection. So let's talk about, like, what is a soul connection?
Well,
Yeah,
we'll just go backwards with that if you could again.
yeah.
Can you repeat that, the beginning of that again?
Yeah, I never seem to find the right one. I've been married
So
twice.
stop right there. In that, you're not looking at yourself. You're not finding yourself. You don't know who you are. You're looking outside yourself. What does your own soul tell you about yourself? What do you love about yourself? What does your soul tell you about the reason why you can't find someone?
Mm,
It's really about, again, self-love, and stop looking outside yourself. You're making decisions or choices based, I'm going to say, in your head, not in your heart. And that's what I really believe it is. I think it's overthinking things, it's rationalizing, it's not being true to that little voice within.
and some people also, the way to look at love, some people only look at it as a romantic love. That's
and
just
and, and,
one
and
aspect
pre-programmed
of
too,
love.
Kellee. And
Hmm.
pre-programmed from their families or
Yes.
society. What, I got to get married, or I got to have a partner. It doesn't work that way. There's all different types of loves. I know.
I mean, maybe your love in this lifetime really is your animal. Some people come in to have that experience of animal with their
I've
animals,
tried
right?
humans.
You
Sorry,
have.
animals are my love. My Pearly, right
She's the
there.
best. Hey, Pearly. Oh, she's so cute.
How'd you not love that?
You can't. Oops. And there he goes. And then there
Yeah.
was
Am I going
one.
away? Gone.
Well, there
Okay.
you are.
My
Now
phone.
there's
No,
two.
it's that's why, again I spoke about this morning in my promo. Animals love the unconditional love that animals demonstrate to us. Let's learn from them. Let's be like the animals. Let's love
Right.
one another. Pearl, I watch her when she's with people. She goes up to everybody and just wags her little rear end and just loves everyone. Why can't we do that?
Right.
Why do we
You're
have to love
absolutely right.
conditionally? Why can't we love unconditionally? Maybe those people are going to teach us something. Maybe we're not aware of it. Go meet people with a sense of being vulnerable and opening ourselves up with any possibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too, James. I mean, it's interesting because on Earth at this particular time, at this exact period of time that we're in, Venus, the planet of love and relationships, it is actually exalted right now. It's
And what does that
exalted.
mean, Kellee?
It means it's at its highest place. It is the best place it could be. However, and it happens to be in Cancer. So it loves to be in Cancer in Vedic. I'm sorry, in Pisces. It's in Pisces. It loves to
That's
be in
the thought.
Pisces,
Right.
and it loves it. But the problem is, and this is going to be a really interesting time for people. The problem is, although it's exalted, and one would think, "Oh, this is the time for love," and this, but it's between Neptune and Rahu, the North Node, and when that happens, it makes us really look at love. So now is the time to really look at love, because even if you're in a relationship, you may be experiencing a lot of, "I want a lot of change now." This is what this does now. Because it's exalted, it makes you look at yourself in the highest form. So maybe the relationship you're in is not working. And can things change? Can people grow and change? I'd like to think they can.
Yeah. And I'd like to say any relationship you're in needs to support you, needs to bring you up, not
Yes.
bring you down. bring you up. And every day
Yes.
there should be a sense of support or something new. I think keeping it new, keeping it
Mhm.
novel, having date nights, something different, you know.
Well, and always learning about whatever it is you're learning about. Couples love to learn together, or sometimes they don't, but it would be fun to, maybe pick a subject and learn about something else and go on a date night and do all of these things. It's important.
And Valentine's Day, tell your partner or friend, whatever, just write down different aspects you love about them, or what they're teaching you about, things they're teaching you about love,
Those are both brilliant points. What they're teaching us about love
and different aspects of
and
them that
different aspects.
you love.
Great idea. Great idea. Oh my gosh. So, James, tell me what you have going, because I know you have a lot going on right now.
What don't I have going? I have a February 28th is my 10 people reading. The readings I'm doing. I think we have 10 spots open, I think.
Okay.
And I have a workshop this Sunday in Encinitas with two of my students doing a workshop there. And then I'm doing my courses at my school. I'm doing a lot of different things right there right now. So it's a great time to sign up for some of the courses. Right, we have some special stuff happening, and it's really exciting. And yeah, and then I'm doing some on Facebook Lives a lot now because of the love. The love. This is our month, love month.
Right.
So I'm doing that a lot. Today I did a whole little bit with Sue White, my teacher,
Oh, let's talk about that, because
so
you're going to Hawaii.
going to Hawaii, Maui in July, and it's going to be just 20 people. It's limited to 20 people. It's a retreat for 3 days. It's going to be mind, body, and spirit. And first, clearing the mind from traumas, old ways of thinking, different patterns one has, what's
Right.
important in the mind. I'm going to cover all of this stuff. And then the body part with Sue is going to be a lot of what are you holding within you, whether it's trauma, pain, suffering, and what is it giving you? Why are you holding on? You're going to go through a whole, and she's certain poses, yoga poses, and Pilates poses, and different. She's been teaching yoga for years all over the world,
Wow.
and that release different traumas of the body. And the third day would be the spirit, where I'll be helping people to not only go into the intuition part of themselves, but reach their guides, their loved ones, having communication with them, learning how to keep that stable, that communication. So it's going to open up all those different aspects, those three different aspects. And we're doing stuff in the forest, doing stuff in the water.
I was going to say, in the water there, it's such a great place for all of that.
It's great. And so she's a lovely, lovely healer. And we have a great time together. Yeah. One exercise she was doing today was jumping up and down, shaking the body and letting go of things that are in the body.
That's a great trauma release. That's a great trauma release.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you do it all together, your eyes closed, and it's
Yep.
a whole. So there's a whole bunch of different types we're going to do. So that's limited to 20 people. I think we have about 12 spots left.
Wow. Well, that'll sell.
So
That'll
sign
sell
up
out.
soon, everybody. We have
Oh,
people coming from around the world who are coming to it, from Europe, from Australia. They're coming to it. So it's going to be worth it. It's the only retreat I'm doing all year. This is it.
This is it.
This is
Okay.
it.
So everybody
Yeah.
should go to this one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Okay.
in April, I'm doing an evening of a demonstration with a student of mine who's a drag queen. So that'll be fun. That'll be in Portland, Oregon. And yeah, that'll be an interesting time.
I love all and you're doing a TED Talk.
And I'm doing a TED Talk.
Which is
I'm going to Europe in March to take a vacation.
That's true, but with Janelle, so that ought to be great fun and wonderful.
Yeah, so that's about it.
And
what are you up to, Kellee?
Well, you're gonna laugh. I don't know, laugh, but it's a little opposite than that. I'm teaching a class, Empowering Living with Autism.
Oh, that's great.
It's a transformative 3-hour journey. I'm teaching this with Prajna Avalon, who, as you know, is a wonderful healer. And she was diagnosed with autism last year. And so we're really going to help give insight into spiritual guidance and practical tools for navigating your life with autism.
Hey, Kellee, besides autism, can you also talk about like on the spectrum? Is that going
we're going to talk about, we're going to specialize. Autism is because she was diagnosed with it. We're going to go into that because this affects so many families, whether you're a grandparent or whether you're a mother, or if you have autism and we're going to talk about real life examples, and we're going to take a lot of questions to it, but I'll be touching upon ADHD also along that line, James, with that. And
I always thought autism I don't know, I was or people on the spectrum are such beings from star seeds from different galaxies. Just
100%.
right.
In fact, it's really funny. The last two mediumship, the last two sessions that I did, including one today and then one on Friday, the last two involved beings on the other side. Oh, there it is. Empowered living. Oh,
Oh,
that's a
wow.
great picture of, oh my God,
Very
that's going to
good
be great.
picture.
Except
I love
that's the
the
wrong
butterflies.
date. It's not March 21st. So sorry, Michelle, you'll have to fix that. It's actually April 5th.
Oh,
So
it's a little
sorry about that. That's a little different.
right. Just
But
like
it's,
extra time to sign up.
yeah, give us some time to sign up. Definitely.
Well,
But that's
thank you,
good.
Kelly, for putting up with me tonight. And
Oh my God. Sorry, everybody, we're running late, but you know what? That
we had
happens.
technical issues, as you can tell, but you got to see a little bit of my house.
Yeah, and which is a great place. But
Yeah.
anyway, everybody, have a great week.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy
Show the love.
Valentine's Day. Oh, and you
Express
can
the love.
sign up for my class on my website, kelleywhite.com.
Right. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks,
All
Renee.
right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody.